This game is like no other. It's one of the best survival games I've ever played. On the surface, it looks like Minecraft. However, it couldn't be more different. Everything is so much more complex, more threatening, but so much more rewarding. The goal is to survive and hopefully make it to the next spring. Winter is incredibly dangerous and food is limited, so you have to prepare. This is the start of our journey. And welcome back! It's been a while since I've seen you guys, and at the end of last video, I mentioned we were gonna do a bit of a time skip. That way I could do some much needed chiseling and a little bit of decorating here and there, and that's what I've done. And it's now November 4th. I don't know how long it's been, to be honest. I should have kept track, but I got a lot of cool stuff done, including this right here. It's probably my favorite part on the map right now. It is just a cool chill area right by all the animals, which they have grown up. We got a lot of pigs, and we're gonna have to start culling very soon. Well, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this, because I'm most proud of it. Oh, would you look at that? I'm cold. Yep, 35 degrees out, guys. It's right about to be winter. So anyway, remember when this used to be cobblestone? Well, no longer. I absolutely love this design that I came up with. That's aged claystone mixed with a bunch of wood. I've been really getting into these wood pillars I made from my basement down there, and then building stuff that fits with it, and this is one of them. I hope you like it because I got a lot more of that to show you. But yeah, it goes all the way down here and over here. I didn't quite get everything, but I got most of it. And of course I got the road. I just kind of brushed over that. But yeah, it's not completely done. I'm not even sure I'm going to keep this road, to be honest. It was a test. I think it looks better than this, but I'm not completely sure if I'm going to keep it. We also have some new lampposts with 2 lanterns that are custom made, and they're mostly decorative. They do have a tiny bit of light in it. However, not enough that matters. It's very weak light and doesn't actually work as a normal lantern. So that's why I have one up there. I was considering just using these, but I found out the hard way that wasn't gonna work. So yeah. Anyway, I think this part of the map looks so much better, and it needs so much more work, but as you can see, it's already getting pretty cold out, and I figured I wasn't gonna skip winter, okay? I had to show you guys stuff, so I'll be working on this in the future. However, I got some other cool stuff to show you. Like, for one, the cobblestone that was lining the water is also this. So if we see it from here, it looks a little bit better. It's a little bit jank for sure, and it definitely needs more work, but I did this because it would be super quick. I just copy pasted it, and I think it looks a little bit better than the cobblestone that we had before. Now to the castle, where the majority of my work went. First things first, I updated the path in the front. I think it looks a little bit better. When we come up, this is it. I wish I wasn't freezing right now. It would be so much easier for you guys to see, but I replaced the walls. It's the same walls I did for over there. Oh yeah, did I even mention the bridge? Yeah, we have a nice new bridge here too. And yes, I reused these walls again. Can you guys tell that I like those walls? And the pillars. Again, I made those pillars down in the basement. I did a cool thing right here, so it looks like it's holding up a log in between them, and I really like that as well. I think this is a big improvement over our old bridge. So anyway, back to the castle. I added a window here. It was this before, and now it's a nice little window. The design isn't amazing, and it could definitely use more work. However, it's better than what we had before, I think. And I think it looks pretty cool from the inside of here. This was my alternative to not have to use the lead glass. And yeah, I like it. So anyway, the walls. I think they're a big upgrade. Before they were just regular wood. They still are on the outside. That will probably change at some point. But for now, I'm just going to leave it. I was mostly worried about the inside, because I've been sort of unhappy with here. Like, I didn't hate the inside of here, but it felt very unfinished. Like, the walls just needed to be fixed. And I think I need to put more detail into this trim as well. But I'm so much happier with it now, especially because the throne wall got an upgrade as well. By the way, those are the lanterns I was talking about, and you can see that they barely give any light at all. However, yeah, I added this cool design. I added these extra bits on top of the throne, and I changed the back wall here to the stone tile and gave it a tiny bit of depth with adding these parts right here. By the way, most of these parts, like up there and the sides, that's all copy pasted from the main throne. Obviously these things right here, they're not permanent, but I figured, hey, why not? That's what I have right now. So I copy pasted those from like the bridge, and yeah, I think this looks a lot better. I think this entire room looks a lot better. And now we need a chandelier, but I will definitely be doing that with you guys. Now to the big reveal. Here it is, guys. I did a ton of work on this room. And I even put my name on some big banners. That way I can check it whenever I forget my name. I think this room looks amazing now. And I did my best with these lampposts to try to get all the lanterns off the floor. So if you see these couple in the middle and they're just randomly placed, it's because I definitely need a lantern here. But the big thing is these walls. Look at it. It's actually glowing. You guys told me about this and I had to test it out. I don't know if I'm going to keep it glowing, to be honest, but I put a bunch of detail into this room, including the glowing walls, which on this side, it isn't glowing. So if you guys like that better, please let me know. That is an option, but I had to try this out and I think it looks pretty cool. I'm a pretty big fan of it. I even had a big update to the outside of the castle, but yeah, I tried to put a bunch of extra detail. It was mostly copy pasting, and I think it looks so much better now as well. But let me go back inside. Okay, so yeah, I also got this floor here, and this is with the paintbrush again. Hold on, I should probably show you guys how I did it. This one right here, I actually have one on me. It's called Palette Glow, and it requires some quicklime, some carrots, gold or silver ingots. It can also be made with white dye, edible bamboo shoots, which I didn't even know were in the game, or a bunch of other fruit. You can do it with like blueberries, stuff like that. That's how I was doing it. And it's relatively cheap. That one lets you add a bunch of glowing blocks like this. And there's a couple here that you can make. By the way, this is the ChiselTools mod, so don't expect to see this in vanilla. But this one is called Palette Standard, and it gives you a ton of awesome blocks that you can work with. One of which being this color right here, just completely red. I used it for the banner as well with the blue. And that's how I was able to make this cool carpet. Also, yeah, obviously I did replace a bunch of the floor with the tiles, the slates, and I think it looks a lot better than the wood that we had before. I also added these right here, which is just a modified version of the stuff that we had out there, which if you guys like this, please let me know. I can always add those back. I can always add these up there, or I could always just leave those up there and leave that as is. They can both exist. But I don't know, this just feels so unfinished, like it hasn't been painted. I feel like it needs more color to it, which I might end up trying to do that as well. So anyway, that's this room, and I think it looks so much better. And I've been trying to add a bunch of color to this base, because it looked awfully gray, and I think we're getting there. But now we gotta go up to the Sky Forge, which the only way to get up there right now is to run around our roof, which to be honest, I kind of like that. But here's another example of me using these two blocks. I replaced what was here before. I used the same blocks to add a railing to here. And when we come up, you'll notice a big change. So first of all, on the outside, I added this cool design here to the walls with the wood, and I polished up the bits on the top as well. Before I kind of hastily did it, and now I think it looks much better. However, over here, I was trying out something as well, and I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this. It's like little arrow slit holes, and I think it looks pretty cool. So please let me know what you guys think. Do you want me to stick with this on the outside? I'll leave this as is on the inside. Or do you want it to be all this? I'm very interested to know what you guys think. Now, into the forge itself. You can tell I used these walls again. And I used this design I made for here and put it on the very top. I think it looks awesome as the roof trim. And I added some tile floor for in here with a little bit of plaster trim, which I can see I didn't finish all the way. But hey, it is what it is. And yeah, that's basically this room. You can see it's pretty much a night and day since the last time you've seen it. Before it was so plain, and now it looks like an actual room. Oh yeah, one last thing, I did bring some banners up here, just in case I was up here and forgot my name. But jokes aside, I do think this adds a bunch of color that this part needed. However, I will be reworking some of the banners, make like different versions, add some cool patterns to it so this isn't the only one that we have. However, I didn't want to spend another couple weeks just working on banners. So as of right now, that's the only one that we have. However, I'm going to be making a ton more. We should only have one of this design in this base at once. But right now we have a bunch. But yeah, unless I'm forgetting something, that's pretty much everything. It's been a long time coming. I've really wanted to do this for quite some time, and I'm glad I finally did it. And I hope you guys don't mind. So anyway, we got some stuff to do today. So let's get to it. So the first thing that I need to do today is I want to work on the wall. Hold on, we'll open up my map. Let's get rid of prospecting together. All the prospecting points. We'll just get rid of everything. The plan here is we want the wall to come around like right here-ish. Go all the way around. This is a mountain right here. I want it to do a hard turn here. Then I need to somehow get it to go around our base over here, connect with the mountains over here, and then connect up with the wall over here. That is a monumental task that we have to do. We're going to start off pretty simple. I just want want to get some walls done, we're basically going to build a couple segments that I can copy paste to the blocks around and make it a lot easier on me. Then once we're ready, I got to do a bunch of terraforming and try to get these walls up. I don't know why I went over there when I got plenty of space to do it in here. Not this room. We can do it right in here. This has plenty of space, and I think it's the perfect little workshop area for us to do a lot of our stuff. So that being said, I'm gonna spend some time and try to get some segments up, and we're gonna do a short little time lapse of it. So wish me luck. And we're back. I'm super happy with how this turned out. I did add a second one here because I just wanted to see how it would connect. I think that looks fine. Maybe I could get rid of this little middle part that sticks out so it would look like one giant beam here. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. Something else I was considering was I just make another section right here that would serve as the in-between that doesn't have the two beams. It would be super simple to do that, just a tiny bit of work. And now that I'm saying it out loud, I think that's what we might do. However, that's a later me issue. Also, something I should mention, I think I want to double layer it. That way we can walk in between it. We'll add like a nice floor in there. I could even take out some of these and use it as proper windows. Maybe we have the floor like starting here. That way we can actually see out the windows. I think that could be super cool. And of course, if we connect two walls up, we can also go on the top of it and we can walk on the wall. That would be pretty cool. However, I'm not too worried about that right now. The main thing is to get one of these up and then worry about the rest later. Now that I think about it, I think I do gotta worry about both. Either way, the plan would be just flip this around, add some wood on the floor, add some wood in between them, and it's pretty much all good. Now, obviously, this is just a wall segment, and we're gonna have like little tower pieces, and of course we're gonna need a gate and probably some other segments as well if I think about it. But for now, this will do, and I think the plan, because obviously it's not gonna be super flat wherever we go, and that means that this needs to be a little bit flexible. I think the plan is to keep this part completely flat and just lower this piece as much as we need. We can copy paste this segment right here to keep going down or up, I guess. And I think that'll work just fine. But yeah, it is awfully expensive, so I'm gonna need a lot of resources to get this complete. By the way, one thing I do gotta mention is how cool is this? I think I finally determined what this room is gonna be because it's no longer the smithy. It's our building workshop. I can now do all of our pre-builds in here, get some cool designs, stuff like that, in the safety of my building, next to all my loot, have it proper lit. But yeah, we were able to build this in here. It's pretty tall. I didn't even come close to that, and that worked out so well. But anyway, we're gonna leave this for now. We'll come back to it in a little bit, because I very much so need to collect all of our flax. Well, the stuff that I can anyway. This right here was where I was planting flax before, or whatever else I had here that required a K nutrients. It's the same thing with all of these, by the way. See, like, that one's not done. Neither is that one. And this actually is. I see I planted some rye here on accident. But either way, we have a ton of flax here. None of it's damaged, and we gotta collect it while I'm thinking of it. But for now, let's get harvesting. Hopefully I can get enough flax to finish the windmill. Oh, my inventory already filled up. For now, we'll just leave the seeds in there. So many seeds. This is the third greenhouse so far, and we've already gotten so much. But real quick, I gotta go over to the other base real quick in depot, which gives me an opportunity to try those jars out. A couple of you seem very confident that I could put seeds in those jars, and now we're gonna go test it out. See if you guys were lying to me. Because when I hover over it, it doesn't say anything about seeds. It just says for drying fruit. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Go in our nice basement. Oh yeah, looking good as ever. Go in here. Can I put it in? Okay, I'm eating some of it. I'm shift clicking. Control clicking. Just clicking. Maybe it's because my hands are full and I can open it. I'll just get my hands ready. Can't right click it. Hold on, we're gonna pick it up. And it says dehydrated fruit. And it doesn't say anything about seeds. Is there one for seeds? I see a seed shelf. I wonder how good that is. Wait, that's for seeds. I need one for grain. Anything at all. I don't see any. So for now, I'm gonna say no. So please let me know if I did something wrong. If there's a different storage item that I need. Wow. 2 entire crates full of flax. We're gonna need more crates. But there we go. And that's so much flax fibers. Surely we can get the rest of the windmills up. We'll just throw it in here for now. And let's go get the rest. Ooh. It looks like some of this was about to take damage. So I think we caught it in time. So good thing I remembered. And there we go. Hello, Shiver. What are you gonna do about it? I'm safe. You think you can come in here? Oh. Hey, dude. Oh, there's a bunch of you. Okay. I'm out. Goodbye. You know, sometimes I forget that they exist. My base is just so safe. You can see that there was plenty over there, but I never see any over here. Like, I get right here. This is super lit up, but I never see any along this path either. And I don't go over there very often. And that's the plan. As soon as we get that wall up, I want to get an insane amount of lanterns, completely make this place safe. Everything inside the wall is just going to be a nice safe place, and I am all for it. Oh yeah, this was my second harvest, by the way. Not as good, but still plenty. First of all, let's go get rid of all the grain, properly store it, and let's go get some sales. By the way, I have no idea how many I need. Luckily, I plan on making more windmills, so if I make too many, it's not a big deal. Because the plan is I want a couple windmills inside of this village, add some moving parts. I think that would look super cool. So any extras is not a big deal. Anyway, I'm gonna get these set up and connect it to our main power here, and hopefully we see some insane speed out of these. So I'll be right back. And here we go. I in fact did have enough sails, and they're all set up now, and I even set this up. I know it works. However, we're at like 30% wind speed and nothing is moving. I'm really hoping it'll start going very soon. Otherwise, I gotta connect it up to that. But yeah, we shall see. Hold on. You can see it going really quick right now. That might be too quick. However, I don't want it to go that speed. I suppose it would go much quicker if I had all the wind speed going. But yeah, that might be too quick to be honest. Hold on. We'll connect that up. Yeah, you can see it stops immediately. Well, let's remove that. Not great to be honest, but I imagine it'll go quicker when we get more speed. So let me place that down. And we're gonna come, oh, look at it go, look at it go. Okay, that was awesome. That's just a prelude to what's gonna come. Remember, 30% speed, and the wind speed can go above 100% for some reason. So imagine it at 150%. Anyway, oh, there it goes. But yeah, we'll be back to this. Oh, did I not place that? For some reason, this doesn't count as a floor, by the way. You can see it doesn't connect. However, it should here. Nope. None of this counts as floor. How about here? Okay, this does. I guess it's because that's all chiseled. I'm very excited to see it later. Oh, is that snow? Yup. It's officially winter. That is kind of nuts. So anyway, we gotta do our next thing. And we'll be back to that later. I think I want to start up some new food. I saw that there was dumplings. And I assume it would take rain. So yeah, maybe we try some dumplings. Okay, we're gonna need nuggets. That requires meat. However, soft dough and salt, we can definitely do that. Oh, chopped turnips. Maybe I can use soybeans. And I definitely need to try pickling something. I see a bunch of these are pickled stuff. Are they all pickled? Nope, just chopped. Okay, it's showing me basically every single food item in the game. I assume that I can do this. So let's see, what do I need here? I'm trying to make raw dumplings. Oh, do I need to make soft dough first? So it seems like we need some sort of broth, but can I just use water? Yes. Yes, I can. So water, some sort of dough, into liquid chicken egg portion. Okay. Egg white portion, chicken egg yolk portion. Now, how do I get this? It's not telling me how. However, I should be able to get eggs. I would like to think I have eggs ready. Hey, guys. Long time no see. Eggs? Yes. We got 3, 4. 4 it is. I should feed you guys sometime. Okay, how do I turn you into egg portion? I can boil it. I'm super curious on what I can do here. Do I need to crack it or something? Can I throw these? Hold on, we're just gonna go try putting it into the mixing bowl. See if I can figure out how to crack it. There's gotta be a way. Obviously there's a way. It just didn't explain it. Or maybe it did and I'm just blind. All of which is very possible. By the way, one of the nice things about having the Skyforge is it's going right now. And I cannot hear it. It's amazing. I don't even need a clutch or anything. Huh. Didn't I have a mixing bowl here? Am I crazy? Mixing bowl. I think I have an extra saucepan. But where did my mixing bowl go? Well, here's my extra saucepan. I have no idea where the mixing bowl went. I don't think I moved it, did I? I mean, I must have. I'm so confused. We'll just get another one of these. I think I simmered something in it, right? Yeah, I made the sauce. Where did I do that? I must have had a fire pit. I'm sure there's an explanation to it. I just have no idea what it is. But yeah, I don't even see a fire pit, but let's see. Throw it in. Do you turn into anything? Perhaps? No. Okay. Maybe I'm supposed to simmer it in that saucepan. Wait, you know where it is? It's at the other base. I forgot I did all my stuff over there, didn't I? So let's go take a trip down there. We're gonna try to throw it in, and maybe that will somehow do it. Okay, here's the cauldron. What if I throw you in there? Anything? Anything at all? Nothing. Okay, so I looked it up, and I think I know how to do it. However, I need a bucket. Wait. Mixing bowl. Ah. There it is. Well, now I know. Mystery solved. I'm sure you guys were yelling at your screen. No buckets here. I've cleared this place out. Very soon, we're going to be making our own little fire pit station over at the other base. That way I can do everything over there. I know I could just make some fire pits on the ground. However, that seems kind of lame. Oh, look at the wind. The wind's going fast. Quickly to the windmills. I see it keeps going to like 125%. Oh, 129. Come on, I want to see this going quick. Oh, it is. That was going super quick. Still not as quick as I thought it would be. I mean, that's going insane. Let's grab this real quick. I want to see if it all works together. No. I think I got to remove this. Just have it all run off of this one. Yep, let's do it. But look how quick that's going. That would have been insane. Gotta do what we gotta do. Okay, well, there we go. There's 3 going insanely quick. I gotta get it all connected up, though. So one there, and it doesn't count as a floor. So hold on. I'll be taking that back. Dirt. Put one of these down. I can't place it. This needs to be a block as well. I'm gonna fall through. Yep, I knew it. Ooh. Okay, we're fine. I swear, health hammers are dangerous. None of you warned me. Okay, place. And there we go. There they all go. That is so quick. Now, something we gotta test out is this. Yeah, that's going pretty quick. Not gonna lie, I was hoping to go a little bit quicker. So I think it's actually quicker to have all 4 now. We got the torque at least. We just can't make it any quicker. We would need more windmills. So I gotta test it out. We'll just grab some steel, grab some of this. I see I missed some floors. Drop that down, drop, light, and we'll just make a tool. I guess we could use another pantograph. I've been burning through them lately. You know what? We're just also going to make an extra chisel. So let's throw that in. Well, yeah, I think we've come a long way. I remember having to use my health hammers at very slow speeds, but it was better than having to break it all by hand. And I'd say we're doing pretty good now. Okay, let's pick one up. Place a regular chisel, please. Look at it go. That was so quick. Okay, now here comes the big test. Pantograph. Oh, that is just amazing. Well, I had to see it make a pickaxe. That's how we can really test it. Plus, we'll probably need one soon anyway. I'll probably need a bunch of tools. Maybe we'll get some more steel going. Okay, well, let's pick it up. Place. And one pickaxe. Dude, that is nuts. Well, this is amazing. I don't see any need for it to get faster. However, you know that we're gonna. I think the next time that we work on this, I'm gonna download that millwright mod. And the reason why I haven't thus far is because I really wanted to earn the speed and see how ridiculous that we could get it as is with the vanilla windmills. But now that I think it's not going to ruin any of our progress, I see no reason to just see how quick that we could get these. And that's exactly what we're going to do. But anyway, I got distracted and we're going to go back to cooking, which means I need a barrel. There should be one in our basement, or at least that's what I like to think. Oh, here's one. It has some water in it. Any more buckets? No, I just know that this is going to cause problems. Hold on. Grab the bucket. Water. Okay, no, I was expecting a source block. Well, perfect. So I think if we hold right click over this, yep, it fills it with egg whites, but not yolks. Okay, so I looked it up again, and apparently I took it too far, and I guess we can partially crack it. Wait, yeah, it just says cracked eggs. Is there anything I can do with that? Pour it out. Oh, I can. I need a bowl. I should have more buckets up here. Hold on. Yep, here's one. Okay, place. Can I do it? There we go. I was so panicked. Then I have eggshells, which I can feed to animals. Can I eat them? No. Alright, let's go grab that bucket. Hopefully I have enough for some. That's all I want. So I think I just put both of these into a mixing bowl. Then we'll get our portions. So we'll put this one right here. Bring this one over. And I do gotta go get a bowl from the other base. So we shall grab a bowl. I'll even grab a jug. And I think that's all we need from here. So back to the base. So we have equal amounts of each, so I think I can just put them in there. Yes, there we go. Let's get mixing. And now we have 0.4 liters. And we can use that to make a whole bunch of things, which we will be trying. However, for now, we're just going to make the soft dough, which means I need some water and some flour. We're just trying to make the most basic version of this. If we like it, then we'll go for better stuff. Rye flour will do. Grab a bucket of water. We can add that right in. Gotta pick this up. Put it in, and our flour. That'll make soft dough. So let's get that mixing. I see we can only do about 4 portions of this. We need more eggs. Okay, well there's 4, and I guess we can just cook that as is. However, we're trying to make dumplings. Muffins could be super cool as well. We can add a ton of berries or different kinds of fruit on it, or we can make dumplings, which we can add like meat and stuff too. I don't even need to add anything to it. Hold on, let me just throw it in real quick. I gotta remove that, and all this. We'll throw one in. Yeah, it makes raw dumplings. Let's grab some salt. And we'll just make a salted dumpling. There we go. And I'll go grab some fruit and see about making a muffin. Do I need to boil a dumpling? I would assume so. I wonder if I can use dried fruit. That's about all I have right now. But we'll take some soybeans too. Maybe I can do something with them. I'm really interested in trying to use the soybeans because they give protein. And that would be huge. Okay, let's add one of those. How about dried fruit? No, it was worth a try. How about soybeans? Wait, it took it for just a second. Yeah, see that? I can add soybeans. Okay, we'll make one with soybeans as well. We'll just grab that one too. And unfortunately, I don't have any fruit. Wait, there's a chance that my greenhouse might have some. So let's quickly check that. Oh, look, a shiver. Hey, dude. Get out of here. I don't get why you're rolling around. This isn't the time to play. Yeah, so I'm super curious to see if that greenhouse will work. If it doesn't, then we're gonna have to find something else to do with it. Maybe some more cattails. Oh, bees. Yeah, bees seem like the right call. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna work. That's a shame. So yeah, I think we're gonna convert this into bees as well, which I do need to harvest. We're going to be working for those better beehives very soon. You guys seem pretty adamant that they were a lot better, and it just sounds like something that we should do. Because we can't get fruit, I'm just going to make some more dumplings, and we'll get them all cooked. So we'll just throw them in with a little bit of salt, and let's mix it up. There we go. So I'm hoping I can just cook it on these. I would think I can, so that's what we're going to try. We'll add some firewood, get it lit, and soon enough we should have some cooked dumplings. At least I hope so. I think it should just work. Oh, they're cooked. Let's go. Okay, what do they give? So this one has the soybeans, and it does give some pretty decent protein, and the regular ones do as well. I guess it's the eggs. That makes a lot of sense. It was definitely worth it to add the soybeans, so we'll be doing that in the future. And I noticed it does give a little bit of health, so that's pretty cool. Well, oh, my bar just like bugged out right there. Well, we ate 2 of them, and we got 2 left. I think we're gonna go heavy into making a bunch more of them. Honestly, the protein is kind of ridiculous. Wonder if there's anything else with the soybeans that we could do. I can make some oil with it. Oh yeah, and we can infuse the bread and stuff with it. So we can make the soft dough with the soybean oil and give it a bunch more protein on top of all this. Yeah, I think dumplings and stuff are gonna become our main source of food. That is much better than just making regular bread. However, because of that, that means that we're gonna need way more chickens. So we're gonna go feed them real quick. And we're finally gonna get back at it. Try to get some higher generation chickens, stuff like that. I need a lot of them. That way we can get a ton of eggs. I think it might be worth it to set up another area just for the chickens. One that's like an egg farm and one just for breeding. That way we can get some higher generations. So that could be this right here. Then we set up another giant chicken farm somewhere. That sounds like a really good idea to me. So we might do that. However, for now, let's feed these guys. I'll feed the other animals too while I'm at it. There you go, guys. Give me plenty more eggs, please. What generation are you? We got some 4s. They're all 4s, okay. Give me some 5s. One of my guys escaped. A boar generation 1. You're a gen 2. How about you? Gen 2. I think both of those are gen 2s. 2 and 2. Don't mind me. I'm just here to feed you. Yeah, but they're escaping. I wonder if they're being born through the fence, or are they using this to hop over? I think they're using it to hop over. So we're gonna have to be very careful about that. But they're all fed. And he escaped. We don't even need him. So we're just gonna try to push him out. It'd be very cool to get a bunch of wildlife out of here again. So we're gonna try to get him out of here. Come on, repopulate the wild. Nope. He wants to stay. No. Come on, man. I'm trying to help you. Let me help you. Yes, no. No. Okay. We'll just grab a cage. And he's sleeping. Come on. Get in. Get in. Just get in the cage. He's just running in circles out. There's an open door next to you. Where are you going? He's trying to get in the elk enclosure. Did I killed him? Oh, I guess I can't get him in the small cage. Now I feel extra bad. Anyway, they're all fed. The chickens are fed. I'm gonna try to do better to feed them more often. We need to get this going now. Oh, hey. Well, seems like we have a couple more out here, and it's clearly bred by me. So I do think that they're glitching through the glass or something, and the fences, not ideal. Whatever. They're repopulating. That's what matters. So anyways, guys, we're gonna do another giant time lapse, and possibly the biggest one that I've done yet. The plan here is to do a bunch of terraforming, and depending on how much time that takes, we might start throwing up the wall. However, I know from that area down there, terraforming can take an insane amount of time, so we'll see if we get to the wall today. But like I said before, the plan is to wrap the wall back behind there, so I want to get it all cleared, get rid of a bunch of trees. The wall's gonna meet up with this mountain. I want it to go this way, so we're gonna get rid of a bunch of this, and that's also gonna help us because eventually we're gonna have the canal going this way, so 2 birds with 1 stone kind of deal. And I think I want the wall to go around like here-ish, and it would be cool if it could connect up with that mountain and we'd have this giant courtyard back here. I'm not sure if we're actually gonna do that, but at the very least it'd be cool if it would go back this far, then loop around this way and connect up with this mountain right here, which we're gonna have to terraform out all this right here and clear up until that mountain over there. And the wall's gonna go from that part of the mountain that way and connect up with the rest. This is gonna be a massive project, which is why I'm not sure if we're gonna get this all done today. But we're gonna get started, so let's get to it. And welcome back. We have done so much stuff, and it's been quite a while since I spoke to you guys last time. That is for a good reason. By the way, look at that shadow. I get distracted so easily. But anyway, we got so much done. That is so much extra space for us to work with. Everything is nice and flat and open. Nothing is immediately touching my base here. And I did a little bit more that you might not know about. Look at this. This is such a big change. It's not completely flat, and I will get to that some other time. But basically, I'm waiting for winter to be over. That way I can skim off the top layer and then replace it with dirt so it's not that ugly stone. So now we gotta wait. However, admittedly, not that long. Look, it's March 3rd. Doesn't winter end on March? I'm not entirely sure about that. It might be May. Either way, what I know is that it's going to be over pretty soon, which is crazy the amount of time that went past this one video. And I'm not even talking about the chiseling that I did before the video. Well, anyway, I think I do gotta call it here, guys. It's been more than a week since I posted a video, and this one has gone on so long. I completely underestimated the amount of time that was going to take to do this. So that being said, we're going to be going for the wall next video, and I have a couple other small things that might be fun to do. Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you next time.